is Captain Rex. You're listening to the Mynock Squadron podcast. Fly better, trooper.
Yeah, what I thought. Mynock.
Hello and welcome everyone back again to the Mynock Squadron podcast. I'm your host, Ryan Moisture Farmer, and with me today, as per the usual, is the Greedy Dragon, D. Yoon.
What is up, X-Wing community and WWE fans?
What is up? And this is a really special episode because for once you actually get to see this guy's ugly mug, and you don't actually need to hear just our voices. We have some guests joining us from the WWE.
You ain't that pretty.
I'm prettier than you.
Yeah. That's all you need.
Sometimes that's enough.
I'll take the winning over the pretty.
All right. Calm down.
Oh wait, we're back to podcast mode.
We're podcast mode.
Wait, I do this on the podcast.
You do this on the podcast all the time. All right, who do we got with us today, D?
We got Xavier Woods and Tyler Breeze, superstars of the World Wrestling
Entertainment.
Bro. I'm old school fan.
We
Yeah.
had to get the F out.
Get that out.
Legitimate campaign.
So, in case you're wondering, you may be a little confused.
It would make the panda sad.
Yeah.
You may be a little confused if you're listening to
But can I ask a question?
Yes, please.
Why moisture is in your name?
I was gonna ask that.
All right, so this is, my last name is legitimately Farmer, right?
Okay.
And so, you don't get to give yourself nicknames. And so, well, maybe
You were trying.
maybe you guys do.
Yeah.
So, but this is awful. So, I was hoping I could just Tyler Breeze through that. No.
He's so damp.
It's
Wet
kinda
behind the
weird.
ears.
So, moisture farming is what Luke does in Star Wars. It's like his profession. They have like moisture evaporators. And so, I don't know who, was it you?
That was absolutely me.
It was you, someone called, I think D called me Moisture Farmer, and he just was committed to making that my nickname regardless of how much I hated it. And
No, see, here's the thing. Like, I just threw that out there, but you made it the thing because how much you rejected it.
it's
and
still
then-
bad. No one wants their
can't
nickname to
do
be
that.
Moisture. No one wants their nickname. It's literally
It
the
could have
worst
been a
thing.
one-time thing if you just,
Yeah,
let
you
it
got no
go
sell.
by, but
awful.
you said no, I don't want it,
It's-
and now all of a sudden it's yours.
So like your rap name would be like Young Moist?
Young Moist, anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Moisty.
Moisty?
Little moist.
Moisty? Can we just call you Moisty
It's
now?
the worst.
Lil Moisty.
Lil Moisty?
Yeah.
Can you please make an X-Wing rap song?
Oh, no, well, the X-Wing rap song's in the works.
Right.
Oh my god, yes.
Maybe. We've been
Yes.
thinking about it.
I can't sing, and D thinks he can, so it's like a, we have a very
Good combo.
Yeah, it's-
Grab your Glocks when you see my knock.
no,
Grab the cops when you see my knock. Huh.
no, we're vetoing that. No cops in our rap song.
So then what's your rap name?
Oh man. No, see, you gotta give it to me.
You got Lil Moisty.
No,
Moisty.
Moisty.
because I'll never be able to come. I won't be able to come up with anything as atrocious as Moisture.
All right, community. What's D's rap name?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they'll figure it out.
Making sure.
That's a question.
Something highly offensive.
I want Sifu in there somewhere.
God, no,
Yeah.
vetoed. You don't get to choose.
Greedy Greedy
I'm a little
Sifu.
moisty. You don't get to
Oh, I like greedy seafood.
So we're here
Yeah, sorry.
working with the WWE, which is a surreal combo. But I mean, like to think it's like a Reese's peanut butter cup. You didn't think it worked well until it was put together, and so here we are.
I mean, it's all the same, right? You gotta work hard. You gotta travel.
Yeah.
Work hard.
It's pretty much the same thing.
Yes, professional
Identical.
wrestling is identical to X-Men.
Yeah,
You are
it's the same thing.
that is a perfect comp, no doubt. Like I've never had any comparison that was on as on point. as
You
that.
take your bumps here and there.
Yeah.
You got your feuds.
That is the crossover we all wanted. Was when someone was listening to Mynock, they're like, you know what? I bet Mynock would be so much better if they changed everything they did, but also joined up with the WWE.
Yes.
And so that's why we're here. We
No,
just
yeah, actually, we have a history. Like, way back, I started feuding with
feuded?
other podcasts. That was the thing I started.
oh yeah,
mean,
So you
we're
started
into-
podcast.
started it.
Yeah.
First person to podcast beat.
D was the original
Everyone
X-Wing
was so
podcast beat.
civil, so polite. It was boring.
And then from those ashes rose a more degenerate podcast that we won't
Nice.
talk about.
Nice.
And they
That's more fun now.
And yeah, podcasting's more fun because we all hate each other.
Perfect.
So, anyway, we just played a game of X-Wing. If you guys are listening to this cast right now and you haven't watched it, head to the Up Up Down Down YouTube channel. and definitely check that out. We played Xavier and Tyler each played a game, and D, you coached Xavier, and I
So masterfully.
coached Tyler. And watch the game, and then pause it, and then when you're done watching it, come back here, and we're gonna do a little post overview of it.
Yes.
And
Postmortem.
Postmortem, yeah, no doubt.
Yeah, for somebody.
So we won.
Oh,
Tyler won.
They won in the
Full
realm
team.
of having fun. Also, side note, I'm also known as Austin Creed, so we can get that in. It's my side gig name.
Oh, side gig name.
Building a name for myself outside.
I
of,
got
so
you. Perfect.
just gotta throw that in.
There you go.
Please continue. Sorry.
Sure, no doubt. There's so many names, so many things.
There's lots.
WWE, what is?
There's a phrase we got in X-Wing when you do something badly and don't pay for it. Just no consequences.
No consequences.
No consequence. Hey,
Consequences.
one of my other names back in the
There you
day.
go.
No consequences would be my.
No consequences, Creed.
Yeah, Creed, baby.
God.
So you're back from watching the game that we
you watched
had.
the game.
Watched it.
You saw them luck their way to a victory. with
Whoa.
superior dice
It
rolls.
was real beautiful. I was a coach. I told you, hey, just make sure you roll paint.
Yeah,
And then you did.
I rolled
Easy.
paint.
You can't coach.
I go hard in the paint.
Honestly, you can't coach rolling dice, but somehow everyone we have players in the X-Wing community who are superior dice rollers.
Yeah, you can't teach it. You either have it or you
You
don't.
either have it or you don't.
guess.
Sorry, kid.
Yeah, you had the juju. You had the juju. Your approach was subpar at best, but
That's not true.
you got bailed out by your dice.
No,
Check this
our
out.
motto is fly better. Dice don't matter.
Bam. See that?
That's not exactly what it means.
Nah, that's it. That's
It's
it.
not
The
particularly
strategy worked out to a T, and you had nothing to show for it at the end of it.
Well, Luke made it out.
Made it
My
out.
boy Lucas made it out.
Lucas
Lucas
Farmer.
Skywalker.
Farmer.
Lucas Skywalker goes back to farming moisture.
Oh God. He should. Man, I feel like I was a terrible coach. We had one turn where we were debating whether we should hard turn into the rocks.
Yeah.
And there was a whole situation where it was like, all right, I'm not sure either maneuver works. But if this does work, you'll be in a really good spot. But it turns out it wouldn't have worked because he would have blocked it anyway.
Well, Dutch had plenty of space.
Well, not Dutch, I was Han.
Oh, was it Han? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then there was another turn where we wanted to, Luke landed on a rock by that much. And we're going over dials, I'm like, it's gonna be really close.
Well, you went back and forth. You flip-flopped.
I flip-flopped quite a bit.
Oh, he'll make it easy.
Make it easy.
I said, are you sure that we should do this? And you said, they might both hit the rock. I'm not sure.
I went from extreme confidence,
Yeah.
and it ended up being a 50-50 split. Only one hit
One
the rock.
made it, one didn't.
Yeah.
And by a little bit.
Well, that's a learning moment in X-Wing. Sometimes you have to take risks when you're really far behind, and we were really far behind.
Especially
taking
when,
risks the whole
when
way.
the TIE fighters are just tearing you up.
The TIE fighters were tearing Han. You rolled 7 green dice in a row, not a single evade. And we have one really good shot on your TIE fighters, natty. You just nattied out.
Just
For
getting
3
out.
evade.
No
No
consequences.
mods,
No
no nothing.
consequences.
There was
Let's
that
go.
one turn that basically decided the whole game on whether I killed 2 of your TIE fighters or not, and I did not.
And you just nattied out of it.
Sorry, man.
So you,
There's no way.
But
they
also
let
the
that
way that all my ships were positioned, I blocked you from essentially moving out anywhere, and so my TIE fighters could just tear you apart.
happen. No, TIE
That's
fighters
part of
should've-
it.
I gotta say, I have a different interpretation of YOLO. Like Han, he only lives once, so you gotta kind of protect him a little bit. You
Yeah.
you went at it.
He should have taken out 2 TIE fighters.
That's true, it's
Yeah,
true.
yeah. He could have gotten out of that with in hull,
Yeah.
but then skirted out and then gotten away.
He could have literally gone in, taken a couple damage,
And then-
taken out a TIE fighter, and got out.
That
and
was the
shoot
plan.
as he's leaving.
Yeah, that was the plan. But some plans, the Empire had other plans
Yeah.
apparently.
Yeah.
There was a different plan in place.
Yeah.
The rebels just don't have the organizational skills
I don't
that
think
we
that's
have.
it at all.
It's true.
No.
Superior-
The rebels don't have the
Logistical
fear.
framework.
It's the fear.
We don't have the backup from Palpatine and his,
Well,
mobile
whoops.
palace there.
You know what?
Hope's
Without
got
Palpatine,
nothing
you
on
definitely
fear.
would have
Yeah,
done more.
exactly.
Yes,
See?
Palpatine is too much.
Palpatine's crazy.
I feel like there's some levels that need to be adjusted.
Those should have been Black Squadron TIE fighters. we maybe were a little overzealous putting Scourge and I
Well,
wanted.
we had to spend the point somewhere.
Yeah, I want. Originally, your Y-wing was Wedge Antilles, the other hero of the rebellion, but we thought that would be too good, so we
Well,
made it a
I
Y-wing.
did do some test games with my son,
Well, your son's bad.
and just yeah, and he was flying wedge, and he was just like popping stuff.
Your son sucks, man.
Oh, good job beating a 14-year-old.
I like it. Nothing's off limits.
He
here.
beats
No,
me.
there's nothing off
He
limits.
beats me all the time at home.
Well, you're bad too. You weren't playing the game. He bailed you out. He was rolling the dice. I would have won if
I
I was
didn't need to
playing
coach.
you.
You're master.
Hey,
You had
there
it.
we go. See, that's unity between player and coach. Something that doesn't exist over here.
Oh no, we were
We
cool.
were great.
Oh,
We were
great.
fantastic.
Oh, I
We
don't,
couldn't do much.
there was some tension. I know.
Oh, there was tension.
Yeah.
There was tension.
I was 100% behind you until you started rattling your own confidence, and I was like, hold on.
Yeah.
Are we on the same page?
No,
here?
no, not on the same page at all.
Like, well, yeah, I mean, we got to take risks. You know?
We got
You
really
just
far
YOLO
behind.
at me on like the second turn.
It was gonna work.
Yeah.
Listen, I was not anticipating 3 natty evades.
No,
like
it
I was
should've worked.
not anticipating
What
that at
happened
all.
had no
And you
business
exactly killed him, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. It was
Perfect.
crazy.
Oh, that was a direct at the end. But
What a shot.
Well, that was a crit. That
Yeah.
that wouldn't have been there.
True.
It would have been a previous. But yeah. So, what do you guys think of the game? Anyway, like if you had newer players that were like looking to get in X-Wing, would you recommend it, or you can say no?
No, this sucks. We're out.
Yeah, this is a bad game. Out. We're out.
I think the game is fun. I think obviously you guys and all the listeners know it's time consuming.
Sure,
So if you have the time, yes, definitely.
As tabletop goes, though, it's about as brisk as you get. You know, it's not
Yeah.
like Warhammer where
Yeah,
you're
Yeah, 40K.
hours.
Yeah.
75
40K
minutes
is
is
a
like a
lot.
pretty brisk game.
Once you get the hang of like, because I mean, we literally haven't picked up the game, and you guys just introduced it to us, showed us, we had a quick little thing.
Yeah.
And like by the end, we know what's going on.
Yeah.
We're just
Yeah.
talking more strategy because obviously
sure.
you guys know the like more layers of it, but we can set up the game and play right off the bat with minimal
Yeah.
kind of.
yeah,
tuning, I guess.
easy to learn, tough to master.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Like
And
this
then-
would be fun. So like if there was like a tournament at some convention that we were at, but then they had like, hey, just like casual play, like I'm totally in for that.
And
I
you
know
don't
I
even
get
have to
rocked in the
play
tournament.
with like as many ships as we had. You could even like each player has 2 ships, you know, and that's or we like another format that people play is called Furball, and you play with a bunch of people, and everyone only has 1 ship, and it's all individual.
Oh, that's
and
dope.
so you
That's
talk
cool.
shit to other people,
Yeah.
and like you just say, oh hey, like you won't like, are you with me? Or are you against me? And like
Yeah.
it's really fun when you have a bunch of people. Each person has like 1 ship that they build that's like not necessarily Vader, but like
Yeah.
everyone has like a generic type thing.
Yeah.
That's kind of cool.
They're trying to make it easy to break into. There are things called quick builds too.
Yeah.
Just everything's pre-made. Just
Yeah.
throw it down and
That's
Have
We
fun.
played with like points, which is like the official way, and our
Yeah.
podcast is very competitive based, so we talk points a lot. But the quick builds are really great for players to just pull right out of the box, and they immediately like, okay, this is a good fit of these amount of upgrades for this ship.
So we had because like my squad, his squad. Obviously, there's like a bunch more that you could.
Yeah, you could have done
interject in
so much. Like we almost put Leia on Han, and Leia lets you do red maneuvers as white,
okay.
and like she's really good right now.
There's a ton of modifiers, ton of different ships.
Tons of different things, like ways to kit the ships out. Like we had very bare bones for
Yeah.
you guys. Like I could have given Luke that proton torpedo
Yeah.
as well. Like it lots of different ways.
That's cool.
yeah, it's a deep rabbit hole.
It is a deep route.
But
And that's
like you said, there's kind of different.
that's
layers
why we
to
have a podcast, because there's
Yeah.
so many layers that like other people will sometimes think that we have things to say that are of value. They're wrong, but clearly they're wrong. Made some
Yeah,
mistakes.
just listen to D.
That's why I'm the host. I posit questions and let him elaborate.
You ain't wrong.
You're not wrong.
There you go.
You know what, D? Maybe you should have just been coaching both of them, and I could have just watched. Like producer
Just
Steve.
opens the
That's
show.
no fun.
It's not.
Crushing you felt delicious.
You didn't crush me.
Yeah, I did.
You didn't do anything.
Sure I
You
did.
You didn't roll dice.
Yeah, that's hard. Rolling dice is so hard.
Roll dice is really hard.
You're so skilled.
Really.
So could you have a team of people? Like, let's
There-
say so you know how to play, but I'm there to roll the dice for you.
Oh, no. So there are
Like a
teams.
squad would represent like 2 or 3 people. You think?
Yeah. So if you're playing and you know how to play the game and you're
Yeah.
good and you know to make all the moves, but whenever it's time to roll,
Have someone else roll
I
for you,
roll,
a
yeah.
roll caddy.
Yeah, your team.
I need.
Well,
a-
that'd be kind of cool though, because I had 3 different people. If I had 3 different people, we were all controlling one. You know what I mean?
There
Oh, you
are,
mean a team like that.
So
That'd be
you
cool.
can have you can split. There's so many ways to
Like
play,
squad,
right?
squad, man.
Yeah. So like everyone could control a ship, and
Yeah.
it's like a furball even, but everyone controls their own ship. Like you have
Yeah.
Rebels versus Empire, that deal. The other thing they do is they do things. Like there's an Australian team championship coming up in August. Those team championships. You have a squad that you play with of like 4, 5 people, and you approach another team, and everyone has their own squad, but then you have to like see what they have and like create matchups, and then your team gets points based on the wins and losses. So you want to make sure that your scrub player, like your worst player, gets the easiest matchups.
Yeah.
So like I would get the easiest matchups, and like D, because he's so good, would have the most difficult matchups.
See?
And that format is so stressful because when you're just solo in a tournament,
Yeah.
I like to swing for the fences, so I bust out a lot.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to just win the event, right? And occasionally it happens, right? Just to maintain like the minimum. But when you're on a team like that, I found that to be more stressful because you don't want to let you don't want to let your teammates down.
It's only you, right?
Yeah.
But imagine if you disappointed like 4 more of your buddies.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Imagine
Oh,
if
yeah.
you had like the confidence of 4 people behind you and you bungled.
Especially if it's like it comes down and they all win and you lose.
and
you're
you
like,
lose.
"Sorry,
Yeah,
guys."
it feels so bad.
Oh
It's
my
really
God, that'd be
brutal.
horrible.
Yeah. So in terms of like feeling like Star Wars, did you guys kind of get that Star Wars feel as you were
Definitely.
playing
Totally.
the game?
100%.
Right off the bat.
Especially just like as little as it is having the random like 2 or 3 asteroids on the board. I'm like, why is this here right now? Like, move out of my way.
Why is this here right now? And I say that all the time. Sometimes it's not even rocks. Sometimes it's ships. Like, why is my ship here right now?
Why did I make these
Why did I
choices?
choose this?
How did we end up
How did we
here?
end up here?
Did the movement feel good? Because that's what really captured me into this particular tabletop game. It's precise. There's no like 6 inches.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it gave me the sense of motion of dogfighting.
Yeah, definitely. Especially so like not knowing what the person across from you is
Yeah.
gonna do.
That's kinda cool.
But
You're
then,
waiting to-
more importantly, making the moves that you think you should make, and then when you actually have to pull the pieces out to measure how far it is, and then realizing, oh no,
Yeah.
I landed on a rock.
yeah, this is not what my brain told me was gonna happen. And so like I kind of like that because you kind of like surprise yourself. Like,
Yeah,
okay, are we
no
still gonna
doubt.
be able to shoot in this direction, or we're gonna hit these rocks?
I like the strategy part of it of like by the time, and you can even see it, it's like plain as day. The first one's like, okay, these guys can do this, and then like the second, third turns, everyone's just like standing there in silence being like, okay, so he's probably thinking I'm gonna do this,
Yeah.
we're gonna go this, but what if he does this? And then it's like, and now you're thinking of like not only each individual ship
Yeah.
and their like strengths and weaknesses, but also like you're looking at the people over there going, all right, guys,
Yeah.
We haven't,
I'm gonna do this. He's probably gonna, I don't know.
We haven't gotten that Flight Academy yet, but we are going to do one on reading your opponent. And like poker, people have
Yeah,
tells.
totally.
People look on the board where they're
Yep.
going to go.
Yeah.
That is like a more kind of advanced technique of X-wing. Like I don't actually,
steer 'em in
I
the-
don't do that at all. I don't worry about what my opponent's doing or think about it. Like in terms of reading them as a person,
Yeah. Yeah.
I just think like what optimally they might do. But we have X-wing. We have friends
We've
that
got a guru.
we have a guru, people that legitimately, they don't even set their dials until they wait for the other person to finish setting their dials
Really?
and stare at them the entire time and then put them down. Like,
Cool.
it's crazy.
My favorite
Long layers.
mind trip is just to pick up a dial, just spin it.
Spin it and then put it down. It doesn't matter where I'm going, you can't stop me.
Yeah.
Oh
It's
my God.
a flex.
I wish we would have done that on the last
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
That's
Oh
a
my
flex,
God.
yeah.
I did that to a buddy, and he changed his. He freaked out.
Of course.
And then
Picked up
the
his
other
dial,
mind
changed
games-
it.
There are tons of mind games. So one thing you can do is like set a dial. Somebody puts their dial down. You pick yours up and like spin it and put it to the same maneuver and put it back down, like as if you think like. And then they sometimes pick up their dial and they'll change it. But you both just you just kind of punk them. And like we call that, we have a lot of like 50-50s where it's like,
Yeah.
okay, if they go this way, I got them. If they go this way, I'm like wrecked.
And that's where it gets weird because
Yeah.
sometimes you deliberately dial up a
So-
bad
yeah.
maneuver,
Yeah.
and
Because you-
it ends up being the right one.
Yeah.
So how many? Because I mean, obviously you guys do tournaments and stuff like that. How often do people just play like the safe move, or is there some radicals out there that are like,
It's
oh my
a-
God, I can't believe you just did
As soon as
that.
they sit
or-
down, they're like, oh,
Yeah.
It's a
play.
style. It's a style. So everyone has a different kind of way to play. My personal thing is, and a lot of top players are, you take the sure things, you take the safe moves. Like when in doubt, don't.
The calculated
Yeah,
risks.
because in X-wing we talk about this. We talk about it in our dice Flight Academy. You're looking to reduce variance and the amount of times you have to roll dice,
Yeah.
or be in positions that are very bad for you.
That is the essence of
That's it.
trying to fly better.
Flying, yeah. So like fly better means that at the end of the day you can't blame your dice.
Although we do.
We do. But like you want to, as much as possible, take dice out of the game. It's
We
not-
don't blame our dice on this side.
I 100% blame my dice.
Yeah.
That was garbage.
And so there are, of course, situations where you feel as though everything went, like every positioning was perfect and the other person just natural evaded out of every single shot you had, and like the variance was crazy on their side. And then there are situations where the dice were actually kind of average, but you feel like theirs were better because you flew poorly. And that's just the essence of why we say fly better, because you can always like do something better. Like if we were to overview the game here, we could have been a little more careful with Han.
Yeah.
We could have been more patient with Luke and had him wrap around a little more.
But that's our style.
Yeah.
I feel like if I'm looking at you guys here, I feel like you're a little more cautious. You're a little more radical.
Well, I'm also
I'm
a little
radical
I'm a
too.
little more like a gut guy too. He'll like analyze and calculate like percentages and
Yeah.
stuff like that. I just kind of like, this feels right. And if you while we were
Yeah, we're
playing,
gonna make it past that.
yeah, while we were playing, you're like, yeah, it feels right. But sometimes when two things also feel right, you're at odds with
Yeah.
it. So you're like,
Yeah.
So also, okay, so from the strategy I said at the very beginning, it's exactly what happened.
Yeah,
It's like
you-
no breeze. And so that plays into it too.
Sure.
So as soon as you took Luke over here, I was like, okay, so he's gonna come in with at least Han or the other guy. They're gonna get stuck in here. He's gonna bring Luke back, but somebody's gonna be dead, and then this guy's gonna be alive. We're gonna kill him. Like it was exactly what I said was gonna happen.
Prophet, you were the emperor.
Yeah.
You foresaw
so
it.
all as you have foreseen. Crazy. Palpatine's great.
But yeah, so I feel like you're either at an advantage or an extreme disadvantage if you just know the person's personality.
Well, no doubt. Like D and I have met up in big events. I've met up in events with people I've played before, really high tier players, and
Yeah.
like when you play someone before, you get a feel for like how they are.
they're gonna do, yeah.
But like as like a general rule in X-Wing, you always want to assume that the person that you're sitting across is going to do the correct move.
Yeah.
Like if they do something different, and you like did a maneuver guessing for the correct move, and they did something crazy and different, that's not on you, because you want to always kind of play your game. You don't want to change how you play from person to person,
Yeah.
because if that starts getting down like a dangerous spiral of never being consistent, understanding and analyzing how.
And you start doing things that you don't know how to do. Like
Yes.
you want to make sure you're prepared.
Yeah.
But sometimes if you let yourself get rattled, and you try something that you haven't done before, and you don't know quite how to do it, that's just.
I don't know if there's a comp in wrestling. If you guys are ever wrestling and you end up attempting things that that you don't, you're not sure of. Like I don't know if that's like a thing that happens.
Yeah. Yeah.
Injuries.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
You want to. I don't know.
Don't get injured.
I don't know if I've ever had an injury playing X-Wing before.
Oh man.
It's turning up.
X-Wings.
I was standing for 6 hours. My IT band. Oh.
The glutes lock up on you.
Yeah, they do, man. There's a lot of
wait.
standing.
When you're my height and you're leaning over a table and you're playing in like 106 degree
Yeah.
Arizona weather, your hamstrings start
Yeah.
seizing up. Yeah,
The
it's-
lower
I got my
back.
fluids.
Yeah.
You guys have.
So what we're saying
machines
is
on
that.
site?
Oh, I wish. Yeah.
So what we're saying is X-Wing is more physically demanding than
Yes.
professional wrestling. That's what
Clearly.
we're saying,
Yes.
Clearly.
Of course.
Much more physical.
Much
Yeah.
more
We
physical.
We noticed that. I know that since we just
I
played
mean-
that game, I need to shower.
Yeah, exactly.
I need to shower.
Both of you guys are sweating
Yeah.
bullets.
Yeah,
the whole
bruises.
time.
Yeah, dripping.
Your hand, so much pressure on your fingers and pushing the templates down.
I may have strained something. I'm gonna have to
Probably.
go
I don't know
check
if you
it
guys will be ready for tomorrow.
out. I probably
That's
not.
a lot.
Honestly,
Spinning the tiles.
the
Yeah.
dial
Oh, my
machine
finger.
exhausted.
just coming to work. "God, can we get taped up?
Oh, yeah. Tape me. Cut me.
Yeah, cut me. I feel like
Dice me.
we leave the room after a game of X-Wing and with our eyes all swollen.
Yeah, it's like,
what
oh.
happened? Oh, serious game of
Oh, I
X-Wing.
took a crit, man. It was
Yeah.
bad.
Gushing.
Just sweating bullets. So did you guys have any other questions or things you were curious about X-Wing at all, or did you is there anything did you want to talk about up, down, down? I'd love to give you an opportunity to kind of plug that as well.
Yeah, sure. So if you don't know, Up, Down, Down is a gaming channel on YouTube. We're almost at 2 million subscribers. Help us hit it, please.
Nice.
We
Yes.
love your subscriptions. We play a plethora of different video games, and we've recently taken a dive into tabletops. We started with Dungeons and Dragons, and now we're coming into the X-Wing world. Just pretty much because we want to shine a light on the gaming community as a whole. I feel like a lot of people say the gaming community and they think just strictly of video games. The gaming community is a lot of different kinds of games. There's tons of different conventions. So let's say, for instance, like Gen Con.
Yes.
So huge tabletop convention. Tons of people are there. Tons of people playing different kinds of tabletops. And there's you can't even put a number. There's hundreds of thousands
There's a
of
massive X-Wing
tabletops.
tournament at Gen Con every year.
Yeah.
So it's
It's the Northam Championship.
Yeah. Do you guys what story you guys have played each other in a lot of
Yes.
games, right? And what has been a really memorable moment or experience? You guys trash talk each other clearly.
probably.
And who's ahead? Who's
I
ahead on
think
the series?
we're talking about this. I think we're probably about even.
He's very so. I'm like very okay at a lot of games, whereas you have very much like you're the ace of like 3 or 4 games, and then like other games you're like no good at.
We better avoid games where it's real fast. Like, don't play Yahtzee with this guy, because jeez.
I have a much better general understanding of games than Breeze does.
I don't
so
think
don't
so.
let him fool
I don't
you.
think so.
And then
I
I'm
think
also an
there's-
ace at a few games.
There's some games that I smoke you at without even trying.
What was the game that you like wrecked him at? There was like, what's the most he's ever been demolished?
There's currently a game that we're playing. It's one of Up Down Down's crown jewels here. We've played it for years. When we used to live together, we've played it nonstop. He's never beaten me.
Never.
It's a portion of a wrestling game that came out back in 2006, and it's GM mode is like
It's for general manager.
basically yeah. So there's Raw and there's SmackDown.
Yeah.
So he controls Raw, or he controls SmackDown. I control Raw. We draft like who you want on your show, and you put your shows together and compete head to head. We've played so many times for years, and he's never once beaten me. Currently, we're airing it on the Up Down Down channel, and I am smoking him. Just like every other time we've ever played, and no matter what, I don't know why, you just cannot grasp the game.
The GM.
There's other games you're so good at.
The GM.
This one is just not one of them.
But I'm gonna win.
Oh my god.
Have you seen the Little Giants?
Yep.
That's one time.
Yeah,
one time.
I'm gonna beat him. It's gonna feel so
it'll
good.
never happen.
But we had a really intense time. We played was it No Way Out?
No,
A Way Out.
A Way Out.
A Way Out.
Yeah.
Which is supposed to be a co-op game.
It's supposed to be.
But so many
I was immediately confused because you said that. Like, I don't think there's PvP.
Yeah.
It turns into that as I'm dangling off a cliff and he's going, well, should I save you? I don't know.
Well, because he's
And
been mean to me prior, so.
I don't think that's the case at
Chicken
all.
before the egg, I think, here.
And so in the game, because it's a co-op game, and we recommend it because you only need one copy and you can play with your friend online because they're awesome people.
It is better if you win by yourself. The ultimate victory condition.
Yes, which we won't spoil anything. But there's mini games in there that are literally meaningless. So like you at one point you're at a construction site and there's arm wrestling. If you do it, it's not like you don't even get like achievements for
You don't even have to
for
do it,
arm
just
wrestling.
bypass
But
it.
it's okay. You sit down and there's a bunch of like construction site people there, and you guys sit down on this barrel. It goes 3, 2, 1, and you have to tap the button.
Oh no.
The person who loses is the person who taps it slower. We legit.
Yeah.
It's on the channel. There's no cuts. Like 6.5 minutes of us just and we're
And
just screaming.
And you'll see it like we start out like, okay, this is cool. And then like,
You get the cramps.
all right, man, just stop
Arthritic.
pressing it. All right,
Yeah.
stop pressing it. Okay, we'll both stop.
But neither of us wants to lose. Nobody wants to lose.
and then like, it's like, no, okay, you win.
It's like the old Konami track and field.
Yes, exactly. So,
Some Mario Party crap right there.
yes. So we have a bunch of stuff like
That's
that.
awesome.
Anything there is to be distracted by, like even in that game, there was like darts. There was
Yeah.
at one point, at one point you
Baseball.
got mad because we went to like I don't think the guy's seen his wife and kid for a long time. So he's over there talking to his wife, and I'm playing basketball with his kid. Like the whole thing was like, hey, I'm being his dad. Like you're not his dad.
Yeah. I was like, come on.
Get away from him. And I think there's one time when he's playing with the kid, and I'm talking to the wife, and I'm like,
Oh my god.
she's not your wife.
That is.
Yeah. It's like not even a part of the game. It's just being a dick.
Yeah.
So good.
Emergent gameplay is the
Yes.
best kind of game out there.
So what is your favorite game of all time?
Ooh, Mario Kart Double Dash.
Yes, so good. It's
See?
the best
The
one.
correct one.
Yes,
you
yes.
land it all
Exactly.
Yeah, the
up. You get everyone
land.
front and back.
Yep, yes.
Perfect. You're perfect. Everybody's got specials. It's
You gotta
hands
just
down
set
the
up-
greatest game of all time.
You gotta get the land
You
set
still
up
tunnel
for.
that?
Oh god, of course.
Yo,
Of course.
I gotta dig out my
Of
GameCube.
course. Yes. Come through.
Oh, so in.
Come through.
What is your? Do you have a favorite game? Or
It's
thing?
hard because there's so many ones, but if I had to think, like the most one that sticks with me is, I think it's just called Ninja Turtles: The Arcade Game.
Oh
It's the one
yeah.
with the red on the front.
Teenage Mutant
And
Ninja
it's
Turtles.
super long. It's almost impossible unless you
Yeah.
have people constantly joining
Is
you.
that the one where you start in the building on fire?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's so long. Like me and my buddy played it for years and years and years and years and years,
Impossible.
and we
Yeah.
finally beat it. And I'll refuse. I'll never pick it up again. Just because I know, like,
You
once I pick it
triumph.
up,
Yes.
now I'll have to play until I finish it again.
That's
It'll be
crazy.
years. But yeah, crazy man. They stick with you.
So yeah, Up Down Down obviously has been crazy successful. It's
We'll throw you at least like 3 subscribers.
at least
Hell yeah. Hey, dude, that's what we need. And same. We'll throw you maybe 2.
2 would be. I'd be 2 more. Man, people. It's absurd that people even decide to listen to us. But
That's how we
value
feel.
you.
That's how we feel. We're like just we're playing this game. We hope you like it.
What did we just have at
I hope we know what we're talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh god.
Oh, so we just got back from PAX East, and
Oh,
so
yeah.
we
Awesome.
were essentially doing more Dungeons and Dragons at conventions.
Love
so we had
D&D,
our very first live D&D
That's awesome.
show. And so essentially our DM, he had a situation where it's like in some arena and it's us 4 against 4 random barbarians or whatever it was. And then at the end of it, we're like, okay, we won, now we gotta find a way to get out. And then he's like, oh, and the king stands up and says, there can be only one. We're like, oh! So it's cool because we get to start doing stuff like that, and the crowd is like, people actually showed up, which we were surprised about.
Where were your characters? Where were you?
So
Is this 5th ed?
Yes, it's 5th edition. So I'm a gnome.
Nice.
Gnome rogue. No, I'm not a rogue.
So the best part
Yes,
too.
gnome rogue, yes,
The best
yes.
part too is, of course, we play every game together, so we know.
Yeah.
But as soon as they say like everyone's against each other, I think at the point I was
He's an
transformed into a
alligator.
crocodile.
Crocodile, yeah.
And so he's a little gnome, and I start like creeping towards him just in case, because we're all like, well, we don't have to fight each other, and I go, he's gonna.
I'm gonna
and,
fight
and immediately I knew it, and it was one of those things where we're like, all right, should I get him? And the crowd starts like chanting like blood. I was like, it's up to you guys, and like get him. So I like end up biting him. I have him in my mouth, like toss him around. He ends up one of our other guys, Brennan, that we play with. He doesn't fully know. He still has the faith that he's a good person. Helps him out of the crocodile's mouth.
Wow.
He ends up sawing off our other person's head. He's got both their heads in his hand. I'm like, I told you, he can't be trusted. Yeah, once you play with him, you know his strategies.
Oh man. D, do you have any questions that you wanted to hit with them while we run out of
I
time?
got a lot of behind the scenes. Like I need them secrets.
Well,
for
listen, we can't break the veil, sir.
Do you, either of you think you might be X-winging in the future?
I would love to X-wing against Breeze again so I can destroy his whole fleet.
The whole fleet.
Yeah, the whole fleet. I want the whole fleet.
You'll never take my whole
Bring the whole
You'll
fleet.
never once take
Listen,
my-
next time we'll move out of the rebellion. We'll give you Boba Fett.
So, and that's the thing. So, if I'm just gauging it off of this, I'm saying Darth Vader is the strongest character in the game.
No.
I'm saying,
Is that true?
I'm saying Palpatine.
No, so yes,
Both
Vader's
wrong.
really good. Vader's really good. We tried to make the squads as equal as we could,
Yeah.
and obviously the dice tilted it, and it can really happen that way. Like I ran various sims where the rebel, like where Dutch just torps something out of
Yeah.
existence. Like Vader is very, very good, but there are like right now in the game, Han is extremely good. We didn't kit him in the busted way,
Yeah.
but you can put like R2D2 on him, and he can just keep regenerating shields
Oh
and
my
stuff.
god.
Yeah, and he just
Why didn't I have that?
because it's degenerate and unfun to play against because he's unkillable.
So are they.
Well,
Wait, so you'd say Han is the best in the game?
Han is one of the best
Han
ships.
with R2 is the best.
It's
tough.
it's tough. It's
Different strategies.
Only a couple of like the real top players have had success with it, but it's
Really?
doable.
there's ships that are very good in the hands of a really good player that knows what they're doing.
Yeah.
And there are squads that are kind of like glue eater squads that are like really easy to fly
Yeah.
and don't take a lot of mental thought. Like one of those is there's a squad.
Glue Eater Squad.
I've never heard that.
I'm putting that in my pocket for the next insult. Next time we're on TV. All right,
Filthy glue
All right, Glue
Glue
Eater.
Eater, man.
Yeah, someone who doesn't. They used to be called like grandpa squads. Like you don't have to think about them or
Okay.
spud squads. And right now there's a squad where you bring 4 TIE Phantoms. They're a ship from an extended universe.
Someone got their world's invite off of that
I
degenerate.
did. So I ran the glue eating degenerate squad. You ruined my punchline.
How delicious was that glue?
No. So just because you're a glue eater, like sometimes like the world championships are invite only.
Okay.
And so you need to get top 8 at a massive tournament or win a different kind of tournament. And I realized like I just want the invite. So I took the easiest glue eater squad that I could and I got the invite. I came in 2nd place. And you don't even have to think with the squad. You kind of just like hang around in here, wait for something like drift into your arc and you just destroy it.
Really?
Yeah, it's really degenerate. They need to. The way the game works is there are no points on the cards. They FFG, who makes the game, every 6 months change the points to balance things.
Okay.
So those should up. Like they need to go up. But like so, I guess there are ships that are their squads that are good as a whole.
Yeah.
Boba Fett is very, very good for
On his
scum.
own.
Yeah, on his own for scum and villainy, he's a monster.
Damn.
Like so good that like we talked about doing Han versus Boba Fett instead, and I didn't want to do that because Boba Fett's so good.
Really?
Yeah, he gets whenever ships are at range 1 of him, he can re-roll his dice for as many ships are at range 1 of him, as many dice as he wants.
God.
Yeah, he's
So he's just basically destroying and defending. like
yeah,
crazy.
he's crazy. He's so good.
That'd be cool, but I wouldn't have needed it.
Wow,
Yeah, you clearly never had to re-roll a die.
You got Palpatine behind him,
Yeah,
just re-rolling
gee.
everything. Yeah.
Luckily, no Palpatine and Boba Fett. in this game. Could you imagine?
So good.
So yeah, in terms of like best ships in the game, they fluctuate. Why? Like every time there's a points update.
You know,
like,
all games, all competitive games, they tend to have a meta.
Yeah.
Right. So there's actually the stuff that's that is good, that people know is good, and then people start overplaying that. And then there's the silver bullet. People start countering that.
and then people bring silver bullets to the silver bullet.
So then
that's how you win.
What's the most annoying thing to play against? Like when you see it, you're like, Jesus.
So there are a couple of squads.
man.
Like we in X-Wing, the reason we like this is second edition. First edition's gone and dead, but as a whole, the X-Wing community really doesn't like things that are unkillable per se. Things that are like you just can't deal damage to. They either have a high amount of defense dice, and just imagine like a ship that is always rolling 4 green dice and has all the tokens.
Oh my god.
And it can never, and like blanks, you can convert blanks to evades, and like it's just unkillable. Like rolling dice are essentially nothing.
Yeah.
Ships that can regenerate, like you guys asked at the start, like, oh, is there regen? Not in your squads, but you can bring back shields and stuff like that. So we call them negative play experiences.
Well, as you said, it fluctuates, right? Just
NPEs.
even a few weeks ago, with the First Order, it was 3 of the giant Upsilon shuttles,
Like
Kylo
big
Ren's big
shuttles.
black shuttle,
Yeah.
and just 3 of them, and they'd just be right in your grill to start the game.
Yeah.
And it wasn't unbeatable; it was just a real pain in the
So
ass to
those,
deal
now
with.
you know about X-Wing, those ships were 6 shields, 6 hull, 4 attack dice. So imagine the shuttle you had with 4
Yeah.
attack dice
Yeah.
and more health. And the way the squad worked
Attacking
is,
at the first turn,
And
it's
you
already
you can put your ships wherever
the
you
way
want.
the way it works, you
Just
you
about.
could
has this
deploy
thing
you
where-
could deploy here and then do a 3 forward, and there was nothing your opponent could do to stop from getting 12 fully modded dice shooting, or 8 fully modded dice shooting at you first turn. So essentially, you were destroying something on the first turn of combat.
So they addressed it. They jacked up some points, and you can't quite
Can't do it
can't quite
anymore.
pull off the whole thing anymore.
Sure. Yeah. So it's the meta fluctuates. Like I'm sure, like, and the meta can be anything from what everyone is playing to there's a meta between you guys. Like you know how he plays, what he likes to fly. So if he was always bringing like Darth Vader, there are many ways to punk Darth Vader and defeat him.
Yeah.
The way this game particularly worked was we gave the Empire player order, which means Vader moved last.
Yeah.
But Han's also a 6, so if you dropped some points off your squad, Han could move last, and that's called bidding. So you bid, you use fewer points, and then Han moves last. So after Vader goes, Han can just boost around and be like, "See ya."
That's cool.
Probably shouldn't have given Vader the advantage. We want Han to shoot first. 'cause
Yeah.
That's cool. You guys have anything else you wanted to add before we close out?
I don't think so,
No,
man. This
we're
is
good.
pretty cool.
We appreciate you guys having us on and
We
coming through
appreciate
and
you
teach us how to
guys,
play.
man. Like
So
allowing
good.
us to come hang out with you, like crazy.
Love
Yeah,
it.
actually, I
Love
feel
it.
like doing a tournament would be really cool.
Yeah.
It is a lot of fun. Like it is super cool. We threw a tournament in November called the Mynock Open, where it was the biggest
At the time, the biggest
tournament
tournament
in Southern California.
Heck, in this hemisphere.
In this hemisphere, yeah, we ran at the time, and we're gonna be hopefully doing another one of those at some point. We'll let you guys know when that is. I know
Yeah,
you're
if
guys
you guys
crazy.
are having a tournament, we would love to come through for like a show match.
Yes.
If we're in the tournament,
we
we'll
put
just
you.
get blasted.
No, we put you on stream. Absolutely, we do rematch. And go
What if we
crazy.
joined the tournament? What if we did well in the tournament?
You guys could honestly,
What if?
what you guys could do is you guys could just join the tournament, and whoever does better gets all the bragging rights. Then you'd really know.
Make me a glue eater. We're
Then,
good.
I make you the
Well,
most delicious.
you are.
one.
You are
all the glue.
I'll make you the
You
most
are. You are.
delicious.
So are
That's
you.
more your style. Nah. I
Well, you see, I'll give you the safe glue eater squad, and he'll get the high variance squad, and we'll see who really comes out
Either
on
one.
top.
We'll
Yeah.
take either one.
dice don't lie.
Dice don't.
Oh,
the
you see
dice.
that too?
The dice don't. They always know, man.
Dice don't lie.
The dice knew that.
I mean, unless, like you were saying, one of the dice is like deflective or whatever.
I've been saying that for years.
See, there we go.
Yeah.
There we go.
Oh, all your dice were blank that I gave you.
were all
Yeah,
blank,
I gave you
man.
all blank. That's what happened.
When you roll- when you roll all those critical failures, like
Not only did he roll really well, he was rolling hit crit on his. He's rolling crits.
Yeah.
There's only one crit on on 8 sides of that die. That's
I had a
crazy.
stack like this of cards just sitting
It's
on.
just chilling.
Hot
It's
hand,
crazy.
hot hand.
All right, guys, that's gonna do it for this episode. Thank you for sticking with us. I'm Ryan.
I'm D.
I'm Austin Creed.
I'm Tyler Breeze.
And this is the Mynock Squadron podcast. Fly better, everyone.
It makes me feel like the monkeys from Wizard of
Yes,
Oz.
yes.
I love
The
it.
flying monkey
It was really, there was a big tournament where we yelled out our,
Did you want to get
our squadron discreet as a rallying cry for like,
discreet.
we over here, it's like, let's lunch. So we're
I need a gift for that.
we're in the
It hurt,
corner
it
of the
hurt.
big tournament and we go screech and over there like someone goes,
Shut the f*** up!